Thank you so much for being here tonight. I tell you honestly, I did not expect, I'm not going to talk. I did not expect so many people. I think all of you and everyone who has an interest in these things. I want to share before I begin something very swift, and some of it is going to come swift. I wanted to make this tape. If I was to ask now, will my relatives please stand up? Not one person would stand. God, protect me from my relatives. I can take care of my enemies myself. Last summer, my partner Rosalie Jones and I performed MythMaker, the most unique Native American theater piece ever done in this country, I promise you. If it was here tonight, you would agree. The last 6 shows, 5 standing ovations. We built it from the magic of the elders of the different tribes that we have been serving over the last 2.5 years through the West and Northwest. My partner, Rosalie Jones, Daystar, is the umbilical cord to sanity in my life, truly. And if it was not for her, I would not have decided to do this tonight. My original thought and my original hope was only to do a tape that then I would dub and give to my sister, my children, so my children would know a truth about their father that no one knows. No one knows what I'm going to tell you tonight. No one knows about it. I set a date for you. August 16, 1987. Today, by the ceremonial calendar, 13 earthquake. We entered the earthquake cycle on October 9th. We leave it on the 21st. My birthday, which is in 13 days from now, is October 27th. I will be 60 years old. The day of my birthday this year is one flint knife. I live inside of this. This is my law of life, and it has never been prosperous. I light 2 candles. A blue one and a red one. And when I light them, I tie this cloth on my wrist, and I say to you, the earth is my mother. The sky is my father. I am related to all things in this universe. I am your brother, and I bring you a story 20 years in coming. Hocus, spocus, dominocus. What do you see? A bunch of people upside down. There it goes. Sometimes the magic works, sometimes it doesn't. I would like some sweetgrass. This came from, look at me shake. I am so nervous tonight. I perform in front of giant audiences. And tonight I am like a beginner. This is sweetgrass. I have a right to do this. This came from Blackfeet country, up where the grizzly bears live. The grizzly bears live where the grizzly bears live, where the Blackfeet live. Up there in northern Montana. I'm sending prayer. I hope I get through this evening. Look at it. Oh, never forget the rose. Never forget the rose. It is very important to the story. And I started very swift. 2 stories I give you. 2 young men, hunters, were on the plains. They were looking for buffalo. And they suddenly came to a place. They see a herd moving fast toward the south. This is a fast version. Suddenly, one of the buffaloes cut loose and moved toward them. It was a white buffalo calf, and as it came closer, it suddenly crystallized and transformed into the most beautiful woman either of these men had ever seen. She was so beautiful. At first, they stood in awe, looking at her. How could this be? Look at her. And then the one man had a dark thought. He said, I want her. I want her now. And the other man said, be still. She's Wakan. She's a Wakan woman. But suddenly, the beautiful lady beckoned to the man with the dark thought. He came to her, and she embraced him. And there was like a clap of thunder, and an explosion, and ash went in all directions, and smoke. When it cleared, there at her feet they sang. The elders tell us, there at her feet lay his bones. And some say serpents were crawling through those bones. She told the other man, go and bring your people. Purify this land. Make it clean and build a lodge. And when you have done that, I will come to you. And she did. And she gave them the 7 sacred rites, which Black Elk immortalizes in his book, The Sacred Pipe. Read it. Black Elk was more than Don Juan. He was real. He walked the earth. He knew this land. Another story. 13 years after Hernan Cortez arrived in Mexico, a young man who had witnessed the conquest, seen the raising of Tenochtitlan, heard the cannon, seen the horses for the first time while he was a little boy, had been Christianized, baptized, soaked in the whole damn thing, and now lived in a house and on his days off served the bishop. And the bishop wasn't the bad guy. Oddly enough, there is no bad guy in this story. There's the 2 brothers, though. There's the Indian, and there's the bishop. Now, one day, this man who is known as Juan Diego, was coming across the field, and suddenly, as he crossed past a little hill, he heard a sweet song. This is what he heard. This flute plays a song. The voice of it was ancient when Jesus Christ was born. He heard. He went into the forest to see what was making this beautiful sound. And there, to his surprise, he came upon a beautiful woman. In fact, her description is exactly the description the 2 boys who were up on the plains and seen the buffalo. Yes, she was dressed in white. And she said to Juan Diego, she said, Juan, go and tell the bishop, once a beautiful temple sat on the summit of this hill. It was my temple. It was to honor me. Tell the bishop rebuild my temple so I can do my work.